All right, I'm here with José Reyes. He goes by Mr. Reyes.
Yes, sir.
We're here at FABTECH 2025 in Chicago. And Mr. Reyes is kind enough to sit down with us, kind of talk about, what he does, some of his background and whatnot. You are with Texas Art Welding and Texas Art Welding Supply, correct?
Yes,
He also does a podcast called Weldpreneurs. So really trying to just kind of cast the light onto that industry, whether it's, like you said, students or, professionals or whatever.
Yeah.
So with that, kind of want to start, just tell me a little bit about, your background, how you even got started into this field, into welding, like what brought you to that field?
So yeah, I was in 11th grade, 10th grade, right? When my counselor asked me what am I going to do after high school, and I was like, well, I don't really know. As a Mexican culture, all we know is construction, right? And it's like a typical job, right? Either construction, cutting lawns, and I was like, well, that's all I know.
Yeah.
And me playing around, she's like, well, no, seriously, what are you going to do? I was like, well, I don't know. What are the options? She told me about welding. She showed me what welding was, talked to her brother. Her brother was a rig welder, told me how much money he wins. I was like, I want that. Yeah, I was hooked. I was like, that much money? I said, okay, So she got me into welding for my 11th grade. I did a project with MIG welding, and ever since, I loved it, man. And then my last year teacher, he was so passionate about it, man. Whenever he seen us not paid attention, this man would have so much passion, he would cry, making sure that, like, we were the next generation welders.
Right, right.
So that's how I got into this welding, by counselors and teachers that I actually care about the next generation.
Nice. So your high school had a program, though, that was for, like...
Yes, they had a great program on Robert E. Lee in Baytown in Texas. So for 3 days out the week, you'll leave to I forgot what's it called, but you'll leave to another school, and for 2 hours, you'll weld.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
okay.
then they'll bring you back, career center. That's what they call it, career center.
Yeah.
You'll go there for 2 hours, weld, and then come back. So for 2 hours, we're just straight burning rod, man. Just enjoying it, competing with other students. Hey, I'm the best, you're the best, I'm the best, and this and that. Yeah, so that's how I got into it, man. And there, my teacher actually, he risked his job for putting me in a list where I wasn't supposed to put in the list. You're supposed to be in his class for like 2 to 3 years, and I was only there for 6 months. He told me like this, he said, Reyes, I'm gonna risk my job. I got these 3 students that are not worth the interviews because they don't pay attention. I'm gonna put you in there, and after that, that's up to you.
Yeah, sure.
So we did the interview. I got hired by CV&I 3 months before I graduated high school.
No way.
Yeah, they saw my test. I did an interview. The dude said, I like the way you are. And he said, we give you a week, and then after that week, that Monday, we're gonna call you to come in and work. And ever since then, man, I got into it.
Yeah, wow. So right out of high school, you were working for CV&I.
Yes.
And what kind of work were you doing for that?
We were doing pipe welding.
Okay.
So I already knew how to 70-18, 60-10, and a little bit of 80-10. And I learned there how to TIG weld and how to make a flux core weld in pipe.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they did nothing but pipe work. I was a helper / sweeper / forklift / everything they need me to do.
Just learning.
For $12. I was doing everything. I was enjoying it too, because for me, it's being young, 18. I was still living with my parents, right? I wasn't really worried about the money. I was worried about the experience.
Sure.
And that's what I tell a lot of these young folks. They're worried about the money.
Yeah.
No, worried about the experience.
Yeah.
So, man, ever since then, it was just, just learning and learning.
Right. And so how long were you with them?
5 months. I was there 5 months, and I didn't know about 40 hours. I didn't know about overtime too much.
Yeah.
So when I got there the first week, we were already in 60 hours. So for 3 or 4 months, we had a good job, a hot job. We were about to the end of it, and then my fitter was like, hey, I'm about to leave to another company. I was like, why? We're here.
This is great. What are you doing, man?
And she's like, well, because we're going back on 40s. I was like, okay, what does that mean? He's like, you don't know what that means? I'm like, no. He's like, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Your check, it's not gonna look the same. I said, what do you mean? He's like, yeah. Okay, and then he started teaching me, and I'm like, so I'm not gonna get paid this much? He's like, no. I'm like, well, take me with you, man. And then I led to another company, and then from right there, I learned how the industry works. And, you know, sometimes you have a one-day notice. You tell the foreman, hey, I'm gone. I got this other job. They're paying me $1 more, $2 more, but they're working more hours. And ever since then, I just kept jumping and, you know, getting more experience, failures, you know, repairs, and everything that comes with it.
Huh. So at what point then did you kind of branch out on your own and you're doing just these companies like Texas Art Welding and Supply?
2019. 2019. I was with S&B, and before that Turner, and I was helping their TIG welders become in their shop making flux welders, which is a combo welder in a shop. And then when I moved to S&B, I was making combo welders. So I was helping a couple of people that are doing TIG welding, how to do stick, so they could go out there in the field. And I was like, you know, I was putting them on Snapchat. And people were like, hey, teach me how to weld, teach me how to weld. And I'm like, dude, I'm working 12, 13 hours, and I still got to drive an hour home. The last thing I want to do is teach, you know, as well. And I was like, you know what? Let me go on my own. I tried it out. I prayed about it. You know, I believe in God. I prayed about it, and dude, everything that I prayed about, everything I worked for, it made it happen. And since 2019, I did Texas Art Welding, and then a year. What was last year? 2024. 2024. That's when I opened up Texas Art Welding Supply. So we're gonna do a year in December.
Oh, okay. So that's new then.
Yeah, that's barely new, but we took off completely. Like thanks to all the people, in less than a year. Like we have people that drive even 14 hours just to come visit the store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's impressive. And you know,
what brings them that far of a distance?
Well, let's put it like this: whenever you go in, I have a red carpet with gold posts, so it's like a place where you feel appreciated.
It's like an experience.
It's an experience, right? And then we have everything that you see online. And you know, like me, right? They call me more of an old school. They tell, like me, I like grabbing stuff. I like touching stuff.
Right.
So like if I see something online, I'm like, I wish I could touch it. So everything that I have in store is what you see online. And a lot of these other welding supplies don't have it.
Oh, I see.
They don't really focus on your everyday welder. They focus on the big companies. And that's fine. You need both. You need some companies that focus on this. You need other companies to focus on that.
Right. Huh. And then what got you into the podcast side of things? When did that happen?
Man, I always like interviewing people. I always like hearing stories. Everybody has a different story. Everybody has a different struggle. Some people have more deeper struggles than others. And, you know, they didn't took the victim mentality route. They overpassed it, and now they're there because of their mentality. And that's what I like to hear. And I wanted to see how can I bring the welding side and entrepreneur side and anything in between as far as whatever trades. And I was just thinking, I was like, how can I call it? And that's when I came out with Weldpreneurs.
Nice.
Yeah. So nice. I love hearing stories.
You love that side of it?
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool. And then do you do those like in person, or is it all through like video or in person?
Yeah, in person.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So what, when you're here at FABTECH, like what's kind of your main focus here? I mean, do you have?
Well, it's bringing those things that a lot of people don't know, like Bryzos, right? That's how you say it? Bryzos. Yeah. Right. So when I was passing by and I seen the signs, do you buy metals? Absolutely, I do. You know, we weld pipe, I-beams, plate. So I was like, okay, I do buy metals,
Check this out, yeah.
So I spoke to I don't know her name, and she was telling me, she's like, look, think about it as the Amazon, but for metals. She said Amazon. I was hooked. I was hooked. Look, I spent a lot of my money at Amazon, and I gotta explain my wife how to connect that into I'm buying this for the school, for the store. So when she said like Amazon, I was like, okay, I'm hooked. All right. So she started explaining to me, and I love whenever you're able to buy a product or a service that makes your life easy.
Right.
And I think that's what y'all do. Well, I don't think, I know that's what you do. Yeah. I experienced it. I kind of messed with it. I was amazed because in seconds.
That's quick.
I'm not getting paid for this neither. Yeah. You know, I'm not getting paid. It's just when I find something that I like some of the apparel that I wear that's, you know, down the line right here, I could talk about it honestly.
Right.
Because I like it.
Sure, yeah.
Nobody has to pay me for me to say something nice about it, right? And when I experience, and I only experience a little bit about it, right? So it makes job easier, especially if you're like a one-man show, if it's one and you're another person and y'all both doing the same thing. Like if you're buying metal, everybody's struggle is call this, call this, call that, call that.
Yeah.
Oh, give me a second. Hey, give me a second.
Right.
Now you're like, I need this fast. I need this fast.
Yep.
And with the service and the software that y'all have, man, I was like, I was in love with it.
That's what we do, yeah. Well, that's what's, fun for us to come to these shows because, this is probably our, third or fourth year, I think. It's not easy. You're away from your family, your kids for a full week. It's all day on your feet. It's a grind. But man, we have so many people that come by who have been using it since day one, and they want to come by though and share their stories with us of you just make my life when I have to bid a job, right? I can get my prices in seconds.
Yeah.
Get my job, the quote submitted. Just hearing all these various stories, it's pretty cool.
No, and what you said is for me, example, in the store, right? I sell material too. I sell square tubing, angle iron.
Okay.
I sell metals too as well. So when people ask me, hey, how much can you give me this for? I have to wait almost, let's say they come at 3 or 4 p.m. because I close kind of sometimes late. And then they come in, they're like, hey, how much can you give me this or that? I'm like, man, I got to wait till the next day. Or now,
not anymore.
With your app, man, look it up and shoot, this much. You want it? You pay for it right now.
Right.
You get it delivered.
Nice.
So it's the fact that you're able to provide a service that makes life easier. And for me, it was when she told me, it was $50. I'm like, okay, yeah, really, it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's you're buying back time.
Exactly.
And everything's about.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier, buying back time. That's a good.
I love that because whenever you go in business, obviously you go into business to create a product or a service.
Sure.
Right? And then after that is, okay, how can I make that run and then be able to, the same way that I'm trying to, bring people in to buy a little bit more of my time, that's the same thing that you're doing at companies or to that one-man show. And I really, really love that. It's in seconds.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm being honest. When I say seconds, I mean seconds. And I love that service.
What's funny is, I think it was last year maybe, we were at a show and it was a company, it might have been in San Antonio, I can't remember, but they had kind of like your supply shop where they had their own store, retail, people would walk in, and man, this guy, he saw it for the first time, and he was just amazed how fast it was. He was trying to he wanted information, how can we buy your software? He wanted to put it on his retail, almost like a McDonald's where you walk in and you have a kiosk. Instead of having to hire a bunch of people to sit behind the counter, somebody can just walk in, he can load all his products in there. He was serious. He was like, I'm going to follow up with you. I want to know. I want to get this in my store. And it was pretty cool.
How did that go, though?
It's not something we were looking to do. So.
But I mean, it's not a bad idea because, a software that makes life easier, it doesn't really matter. It's not that you got it or you're a big baller, but when people know the value of saving time, because money you're going to get all the time.
Right.
Money comes and goes, right?
Sure.
But time, come on.
Yeah.
If I don't have to spend 15, 20 minutes or even 30 minutes to wait for a response, and I could do it in seconds, I'll pay $100 a month. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? It's just that the service that you provide.
Yeah.
And I love it. And when I pass by it, I don't regret
You're hooked.
it. Yeah. And then earlier I passed by and somebody was checking it out. I was like, look, dude, just go ahead and buy it.
You're trying to sell for it.
Yeah, I'm hooked, dude. And he does the same thing, melting metals. He's a mobile welder. So he is a person that needs quickness.
Right. Yeah.
And like I said, man, y'all provided a great service.
I appreciate that.
And I wouldn't, I like that guy. I was thinking the same thing too, So I'm glad you kind of came up with that. So I wouldn't be asking. Yes, sir.
So when you walk around, when you come to a place like this at FABTECH and you're looking at all the, new shiny toys, what are some of the coolest things? Two what?
A belt sander.
Okay.
And bend saw, big bend saw.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that on your list to do, or you were just like, hey?
Yeah, and then yeah. You know, obviously I asked for the money books. I'm like, yeah, you definitely put it in there. But I'm actually gonna have those products in my store too to sell.
Oh, really?
So you know, I'm gonna get it at a different price.
You're like double dipping, baby.
Yeah. So it's, you know, I like having new products in my store. I like having things that are gonna be helpful, especially in the place where I'm at. It's an industrial place, so people like that need it.
Gotcha. Have you had experience with any of like the robotics and stuff that you see around here? Like,
I like it. It's just not for me.
not kind of what you're really focused on. But yeah, it's amazing. After, I mean, just the 3 or 4 years we've been here. I was commenting to someone earlier today, just walking from, you know, that main entry back to our booth. I mean, I must have saw 15 different companies that all have those robotic arms. 3 years ago, there was a few of them.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is, I mean, now if you don't have one that you're offering to sell, it's like, you're a little behind.
And those are for more like fabrication shops.
Sure.
They're gonna be doing the same thing over and over. But for like us, refineries, it's gonna be hard for get a robot up there in a tight spot, mirror welding and things like that. So I get to ask my students when I go back, they ask me like, hey, do you think they're gonna take over our job? No. Maybe if you go to like a production shop where it's the same thing all the time, then kind of be worried.
I hear you. Cool. Well, hey, let people know, like, where can they find you? What's the best way if someone wants to reach out to you?
So if you're looking, you know, to learn how to weld, you're looking to buy supplies, right? Go check out our Instagram, our TikTok, Texas Art Welding Supply, and then Weldpreneurs, which is under Mr. Reyes, Mr. Reyes, right? So, you know, we try to provide not only service, not only products, but a good content to help the next generation.
It's
just like you are. And this is where I come in place to let other people know, because I know other people that are struggling with the same thing, that the service that y'all provide. So a lot of people can't make it over here. A lot of people don't know what FABTECH is, and then they come to my store, and if I know what they're about, guess what? I'll bring them to y'all.
Sure.
You know, and that's the whole thing of network. Help everybody out. The most we can. But yeah, go check us out. Texas Art Welding Supply, and Weldpreneurs. That's where they're able to check us out.
Perfect. Cool.
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Appreciate you coming by. It's a pleasure, man.
Yes, sir. Keep going with that. That's great service.
Thank you. Thank you.